What's up, everybody? I guess we're starting this all over again because we had some technical difficulties a little bit ago. So now we are live. We are now official. I want to welcome you all to the Fire and Ice Combat Sports Podcast on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network and YouTube fan page. So yeah, we're going to get started. We got a great show for you guys today. It is the fan panel show where you as a fan get a chance to come on and interact with myself and my co-host, Michael Doman. I'm going to be bringing him on here in a little bit, but once he chimes in. But yeah, it's going to be a great show. We're looking forward to just talking with you about all the combat sports events, BKFC, UFC, Bellator, Triller fights, PBC boxing, so on and so forth, man. So yeah, and just kind of want to continue to remind everybody that, you know, become a member. Join us. Sign up today. Sign up today. Hit that like button, please. Share with your friends and subscribe today. All right? Subscribe. Become a member. You can also donate to the show. If you look down at the bottom right-hand corner of your message area where you get a chance to chat and stuff, there's a little dollar sign. You can donate to the show. Donate to the show. All proceeds go to helping the show grow and continuing to grow. So yeah, you could click on that dollar sign. You can do our, Cash App. You know, we also have our Cash App. I can put that up here in the chat box here soon. But yeah, you'll be able to come on to the show tonight and talk. Also become a member. Subscribe. Become a member to the YouTube channel at MiamiSportsMusic.com. You get great content like Hellfins, Clock Blockers, Dolph Freaky, all kinds of fun stuff if you're a big Miami fan. And of course, you get the show, Fire and Ice Combat Sports Podcast. But if you're a huge Miami Dolphins fan or just Miami sports in general, and of course you see me, I'm rocking them colors today, you know, after big victory over them stinking Patriots. Anyway, I'm feeling good. It's Victory Monday, and I kind of want to give a shout out to my man Stephen D. Tune into his show each and every Monday at 8:30 a.m. Stephen D. at Clock Blockers. Each and every single Monday, throughout the week, Monday through Friday, you can catch him on his early show. And Clock Blockers, he had a great show today. You could probably pull it up here on the channel if you're a member, and you get a chance to look at the show. And if you missed it this morning, right? It was a great show. So again, shout out to Stephen D. You can follow Stephen D at DSKPL Stephen D. Also want to remind everybody, it's time to put the kids to bed. Parental advisory, explicit content, strong language. That means whoever comes on here, fighter, fan, everybody's allowed to speak freely. You can speak your mind. You can continue to do what you want to do and just be free and speak your mind, man. That's what we're here for, you know. Let's keep it real. This is a real show, real gritty show, an in-your-face show. And as we do each and every week, we want to go ahead and, again, give a shout-out to all our armed forces, all our troops serving overseas and abroad and serving around the nation. And, you know, just kind of remember those that have fallen recently and just, you know, kind of mourn them. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick moment of silence and just to kind of pay our respects to those that have fallen. And we love our troops here on this show. We support them, you know, support everybody. So all right, everybody. Well, let's get right to it. All right. So as I'm waiting for my co-host, I don't know where he's at. He's supposed to be coming on. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk and get some shows comments. So yeah, if you want to come on the show today and discuss some fights, just click this little button right here and you can get on and we can discuss some fights, man. Some great fights this past weekend. We start off with BKFC, man. They had some great fights. There was not a single fight that went to the third round. Not one. I mean, these guys literally are standing there and trading and knocking out. Most of the fights were over within the first minute of the first round. So it was crazy. Some great knockout fights, man. Some guys that were not expected. One of my favorite fights of the night, man, you got to give a shout out to Mike the Marine. You know, he went out there and a fellow Devil Dog, and he went out there and destroyed, you know, a very tough opponent. So in his own hometown. So yeah, it was a good night of fights for BKFC. Man, they continue to just grow and get bigger and put on better fights. And they got just good fighters coming on, and they're bringing in fighters from everywhere. They're bringing in Muay Thai fighters, pro boxers, mixed martial artists, and bringing them all into this squared circle and you know, and letting them knuckle up. You know, bare hands, man, bare hands. So yeah, tune in, guys. I mean, if you want to come out onto the show and talk, or you can listen to me for 2 hours. I don't really care. But we're gonna sit here and have a great show and talk about other stuff, man. The Triller fights. Wow, those were some crazy fights, man. Let's see. Let's see who's on here today. We're going to go ahead and just and give some shout outs here. Shout out to Pamela. She's always on the morning show. Pamela, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you coming on. I know you're not a big combat sports girl, but yeah, you know, we're thankful for you coming on and stuff like that. And the support and everything. You know, she's a member of the channel, and she's always supporting the shows, which is great. And she knows her football. It's great. Hammer, you showed up the backseat. Hey, Hammer, man. You had to be paying attention to everything, brother. We were at 81 Bar and Grill. That's where you can find the Valley Fanatics at. If you tune into the @Valley Fanatics, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. We're still working on a Twitter page, but yeah, you can find us on Facebook at @Valley Fanatics. And yeah, you can get all the information there. We are now at 81 Bar and Grill. Michael, I'm not seeing you. You're saying you're in the back, but I am not seeing you, my friend. Hold on here real quick. We're gonna some behind the scenes stuff here, but I am not seeing you, Mike. I am not seeing you, buddy. So yeah, if you want to come back on. Shout out to Ruben Rivera, man. DWA, yeah, for sure, brother. Winchester Boxing, the backroom show, sir. Mike, if you can look up ahead, I'm gonna repost it again here. But here's the stream for you to come on, man. Just click on that and you should be good to go. It's right down here. I just posted it on the chat box. So if you see the chat box, you can come on. Hey, Elder, what's up, buddy? Fins up. Hey, man, I'm glad all the Dolphin fans are chiming in. Dolphin, Don, everybody, man. But we are a combat sports show. We're not here to talk about Miami Dolphins. So we are a combat sports show. But I do appreciate you guys, man, tuning in. Let's get to talking here about, let's see, who else is here? For sure, Pamela. Absolutely. There he is. There's my guy.
What up? It's probably going to be a little jacked up because I got to fix this microphone.
There he is. There's my guy. Oh, you got me echoing, buddy.
I got you. Give me 1 second. I got to fix this microphone.
Oh, you got some feedback.
All right. How about that now?
That's better, I believe.
Okay. My bad, dog.
Yeah, you just might want to lower the volume a little bit, though, because you probably got that joint up high. I
don't know if I got it up high or not, bro. The settings are different on this on my computer. All right. Let me see. See if this microphone check 1 2 1 2.
You're there. You're good. I can hear you. Everybody can hear you and see you, my man.
All right.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, baby. What's up? We are here. Fire Nights Combat Sports Podcast.
I'm here, dog. What's
we were having
happening,
some
man?
technical issues before we even got started, man. It was on my end, and then I guess your end as well. So we're here now. We're here. The fans are chiming in. Everybody's hyped up about the Dolphins beating New England. I know we're a combat sports show, but we got to go ahead and throw that out there. Shout out to the entire Miami Dolphin Nation, man, and tuning in. This is a Florida-based show, so
Hey, I like any team that's playing against the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, see, there he go.
I know, hater extraordinaire.
So anyway, where we at here?
What you got going on, dog?
I don't know, man. We got some. I'm just following the chat box here,
Let's see who's up in the chat box.
Yeah, again, guys. That's the link. If you want to get on the link to talk to us, there is the link right there. You can check in, come in, and talk to us, man, anytime you want. Mike, man, let's talk about the fights this weekend, brother. We had some pretty interesting fights, man.
Man,
let's get down to Triller.
I'm still.
Let's get down to Triller, brother. We gotta discuss.
Listen, man, it broke my heart, man.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I'm still not right. I'm still very, I'm still very heartbroken to see a legend, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, man, if this dude can get him to the second round, we might see the old glimmer of Evander Holyfield. No.
For those of y'all that are watching, Evander Holyfield fought Vitor Belfort this past Saturday and got crushed. I don't think he even landed a punch. He just got it was really bad. And it just reminded me, man, that Evander really shouldn't be out there boxing. I mean, he wanted to make a comeback because of the whole Mike Tyson making a comeback thing, right, and coming in and fighting, and they were trying to set up a fight with him and Mike again, and yeah, that'd be a bad thing.
Oh, that would be bad.
Vitor Belfort, if you know anything about Vitor Belfort from UFC and just MMA legend himself, been around the game for a long time, a lot of knockouts since all the way back to the early UFCs, and just got crushed Evander Holyfield.
It was kind of embarrassing, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, who sanctioned that fight? Who let that? I mean, what was he? 51, 52?
Yeah, he was. I think he's like 56.
Oh,
I think he's old. I mean, we can look that up.
Well, we definitely gonna have to look that up, bro. Because that's. I mean, who does that to a man beyond his prime? Lets him get in there and get beat up like that.
Shout out to AB. You ain't gonna see none of that against Vitor Belfort. He can crack. AB, you right. He showed it.
He can.
You right. He showed it, brother.
He definitely can fight.
He can fight, man. Hammer's
got some power behind his punches.
Hammer says that's what they were talking about on the Fan today at, I guess, 106.7. So shout out to the sports junkies. But yeah, man, you're right.
The man had no business being in there with that young man like that. I mean,
bruh, that was just bad business.
It's just
Vitor ain't young. Vitor's got to be late 30s, early 40s.
Right.
So I mean, he got cracked. Maybe somebody could tell me how old he really is. I don't really.
Yeah, somebody Google it for us.
Somebody Google that for us. But yeah, man. I mean, he just got he's right. Look,
he got money. You're right. He did get his money. He did get a couple bucks. But I mean, that brain damage is real, bro. I mean, if he ain't already jacked up already, I mean, that's crazy to me. But you're right. He did get a paycheck. AB. He did get a paycheck, man.
Yeah, but it's not about that though. Like, it can't just be about money. You gotta have some pride in your stuff. You're a Hall of Famer. You were the champ, 6-time heavyweight champ of the world.
Right. So did he really need the money?
6-time heavyweight champ of the world, huh?
Right. So did he really need the money?
I mean, Triller, I don't think he was making that type of money.
The money
he's used to making.
Somebody Google that ASAP.
because I don't think he was used. But you got to have some self-esteem. You gotta have something going on with that, bro. Like that's just.
I mean, those guys, man. I mean, they're prize fighters, dude. I mean, they'll do whatever they got to do to stay in that light, man. I mean, when somebody offer you the right amount of money, what you gonna do?
Oh, I'm a fight.
All right, oh man.
But
Oh,
I'm only.
going for
But I'm 46 years old. I'm not in my 50s. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
I mean, the man called out Jake Paul though.
who called out J. Paul?
Vitor.
Ooh, I'd like to see that.
My man Anthony just chimed in.
Anthony was on. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Man, that would be actually. I would actually watch that fight, and I'm not a Jake Paul fan, but I would watch that fight. I mean, really.
Looks like we got our first guest.
Oh, who we got?
Let's bring out. We got Tony. What's up, Tony? Welcome to the show.
Hi guys.
What's up, Tony?
I'm first time joining the show without you guys interviewing someone. But I have a question actually. This is a general question when it comes to the weight. I've noticed this with why is it that MMA and boxing have such a huge weight discrepancy when it comes to the weight classes in general? Like I noticed that let's say when you look at the lighter weight classes specifically from like featherweight and stuff like that, it seems like the featherweights are bigger in MMA, but they're really tiny in boxing. Why is there a huge weight discrepancy in terms of the weight?
Well, let's remember that MMA is a newer sport. Boxing's been around for a couple generations now, and they've progressed their weights as its age. So they got weights. There's been lighter fighters. They make different weight classes, and there's multiple. I believe there's multiple titles that are on the line. So there's different weight classes for different things. Where the MMA in general is younger. They're still trying to develop the weights and stuff. What weight's appropriate? What weight's not? Just like there's such a huge discrepancy in the heavyweight division itself. You got guys that are fighting from 206 pounds all the way to 265. That is an incredible difference in weight and power. So that's why you see a lot of the bigger guys just knocking out the smaller heavyweights or the smaller heavyweights being faster than the bigger guys because there's just too much of a difference in that weight class. And there has to be, once they get up in the heavyweight division, they have to start adding a couple more weight classes in that division itself to try to. But again,
and the reason why I asked that is because I noticed, like, when you look at a fighter, like let's compare the light heavyweight division in boxing and then the light heavyweight division in MMA. They're 186
right
for light heavyweights in MMA, but in the light heavyweight, I think it's 210, 220. Am I correct?
No, light heavyweight in MMA is 205.
Yeah,
anything past 206 is heavyweight. And
my man AB chimed in. You know what I'm saying? MMA welterweight is 170.
Yeah.
Middleweight 185. Lightweight 155. That's serious, man. I mean,
and you go to bantamweight, and then there's a huch distance between. Then you got bantamweight, featherweight. So
you think that would help, like having one weight in boxing specifically? Do you guys think it would help it having one, but instead of combining each division together, instead of having one, like two separate divisions, like 125, 122, and 126? There's not really a huge weight discrepancy there.
But no, I think there should be in boxing. You're talking about boxing, correct?
Yes, boxing.
Yeah, I think there should be, if you're within, because you're right, there is a couple weight classes within the 120 weight classes and then the 130 something weight classes, and there's multiple belts at that weight classes. And Mike, what is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it? I think it's what, a 4-pound difference really between the 122 and the 125, 26 pounders.
Yeah, something like that.
So they really should combine that because it should be.
I'm gonna say this: it's all about money. It's more
right.
It's greed. What it is.
It's definitely greed.
Oh, yeah. It's money always drives everything. So if you look at it, there really should be a 10-pound parameter within those rounds. Usually guys that are within that can fight each other. And that's why you see guys like Canelo moving up in weight, fighting bigger and bigger
They
guys
use
as
the
he's
term
getting
weight
older.
bully. They use the term
Yeah.
weight bully.
Weight bully.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tony.
Is that term
Yeah,
common in MMA?
I'm sorry.
Is that term common in MMA when they?
I've never heard that. I've
bully?
never heard that term in MMA.
No, in mixed martial arts, it's really not. It's a little, because you have the 10-pound differences between most of the weight classes, except 10 to 12 pounds, most of the weight classes, except the 155 and then 170 pounders, because there's a little gap there, and then you got a gap between 170 and 185.
Are fighting at natural weights is why they look bigger. It seems like boxing, they're not really. Some of these fighters are not really fighting at their natural weights, like what they're supposed to be fighting at. They're fighting lighter, actually. But in MMA, it seems like the fighters are technically fighting at their natural weight. That's why you don't see a ton of guys moving up and down and stuff like that.
Well, a lot of fighters in combat and mixed martial arts, they do come down from heavier weights to fight.
They come way
at
down.
a lighter weight. Because when I think I was fighting at 155 pounds, I was walking around 185. So
he lying. Oh, stop lying.
No, I mean, I was walking around. No, I mean,
he was 200 and cut down to 165.
No, that was towards the end of my career. I started doing. I got down from about 200 pounds to about 165. But yeah,
it seems like in general, MMA fighters are fighting at their natural weight, but boxing, it seems like the fighters are not really. They're growing. They're still growing. Boxers seem to grow into their bodies a lot slower. Why is it that the MMA fighters tend to naturally fight at their actual weight instead of growing into their bodies like you see boxers?
I don't know. I can't. I can't. I don't see that actually. I mean, me personally, I see more of the boxers fighting closer to their weight classes than you do in mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts has a lot of gap in between when it comes to fighters. You got fighters coming down. Like I said, you got fighters that weigh, 200 plus pounds coming down to 170 pounds and fighting and bringing all that power and stuff down to the 170 pounders.
But they're also making a huge sacrifice too. I mean,
that's been a problem. The weight cut issue and the weight cut issue is a big thing in mixed martial arts. I'm sure it's the same in boxing, because in boxing you got to weigh in same day fights sometimes. Mixed martial arts, you get a day.
Clause in the contract. Like,
hey, Tony, take a look over at the comments. I mean, Tyron Woodley. I mean, definitely AB. Thank you so much. I mean, walks around to over 200 pounds, and he fights at 170. I mean, that's a huge cut. I mean, that guy's not walking around with very much power on fight day. I mean, he might balloon back up to about 85. I mean, but he weighs in at 170. That's crazy.
I mean, and that's a big gap. That's a big gap when it comes to weight cuts, because you got a lot of these guys that are coming in, and it's just a huge weight cut gap. Where boxers, I think they're closer to their weight class when they're fighting.
But then you do have some weight class bullies in boxing as well.
Oh, of course.
You got some 6'5" guys. I mean, fighting at 155. Like, come on, bro. You're supposed to be heavier than that.
I'm gonna use a perfect. Sebastian Fundora is a perfect example. The 22-year-old kid. He's like 6'5" or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, he's thin as a rail. He can't gain any weight. That's the problem.
Right.
There's body types that can't tend to struggle gaining weight and stuff like that. So
let's talk a little bit about that weight, Mike. You're actually pretty good when it comes to that, trying to help people gain and lose weight, which you're running a fitness gym. What kind of advice do you have about that?
Man, the guy is. I mean, honestly, I feel like the cutting weight is crazy. You should fight it where you at, bro. I mean, 10 pounds, 10 pounds, but when you dropping 20 and 30. And you walking around at 200 pounds, you trying to get to 65, man, stop it. Give that up. You don't have no power. You don't have no cardio when you get back in that ring. You're done. You're worthless. I mean, you got to be a special athlete to do that. I mean, they do have some scientists out here that can help you cut weight the right way, et cetera, et cetera.
Conor McGregor,
example, man. He's a freak. John Jones is not natural, not human.
Well, I mean, look at all his brothers though. They're all NFL
Oh yeah,
players.
athletes, right.
He comes from a genetically gifted family, so they're all big guys too. I mean,
Right.
that's why he moved up to heavyweight because he's just got older. I mean, at 205, he was who beat him?
I mean, that's
Do you
yeah,
think Adesanya can move up to? Do you think?
Yeah, Adesanya naturally walks around over 206 pounds. He's probably 220 right now, and he drops down to about 185. So a lot of these guys, are getting down in weight. But yeah, a couple quick questions here I want to answer real fast. Hold
yeah,
up,
real quick. And then we did get Vitor Belfort is 44.
Yep. Thanks. Big shout out to Kirsten Broadstetter.
Yep.
Belfort is 44 and Holyfield is 58.
Yep.
So
Good
that
stuff.
is wow.
They all on juice too.
They all on juice too. AB, you're a fool, man.
Oh, we gotta bring that guy on. He's cracking
Shout
me
out
up.
to Shy Dolphin. AB, you gotta come on, man.
Shy Dolphin. Shy Dolphin. Okay.
Yeah.
They representing.
And all the way in Denver, man. Shout out to you for coming on.
They representing.
Hammer has a good question here. Who inspired you guys to join mixed martial arts? All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I got inspired by watching I used to have the old VHSs of the original UFCs. So that just kind of got me into it. Yeah, Ken Shamrock, Hoist Gracie,
Old school.
Frank Severin, Dan Severin.
Yeah, Dan Severin. We've actually met Dan Severin a couple times over at Mix It Up Sports, man. Shout out to Tim Tibbs.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on. We might be able to have him on the show.
Yeah, so we got to get him on the show too. We're gonna have a couple legends.
What's your opinion on? Actually, we bring up old school guys. What's your guys' opinions on Boss Rutan?
Legend.
Boss Rutan's a legend, man.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I wish he would stop making them little corny ass little
commercials.
Commercials.
Man's got to make his money, man. He's selling that equipment. You got to get your workout on.
Yeah, that equipment's garbage. That equipment garbage, bro. Oh my god. I started watching Royce Gracie, and all the old school cats. I like all the old school cats, but hey, Angel, them VHS tapes was the bomb, wasn't they?
Bro, they were awesome.
Yeah, they was.
Have you guys tried to switch your VHS tapes of those fights to like DVD or Blu-ray? Switch it over.
You could probably find them now on DVD. I'm sure you could probably find them now on DVD.
Well, they bringing back VHS, bro. Don't throw them VHSs away, dog.
Hey, I love VHS, man. I think I still have a couple VHS tapes. To be honest,
was there something before VHS? I thought there was something before.
Yeah,
VHS.
it was beta.
Something called beta.
Beta
Max.
Yeah,
something like that. So like we messing that all up. Somebody Google. Hell, shit. I think I did. I had an 8-track shit. I'm old as hell. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Tony, we're a little older.
You're not that old. You seem like you're my age, man.
Well, hey, thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, brother.
Tony, where you located, bud? Tell people where they can find you, man. You know your stuff.
Actually, no. I'm just a layman. I'm not really a hardcore UFC fan. I just like watch it for fun, to be honest.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. And
man, but we appreciate you.
I don't know how people can like cover that all the time. Like, I don't know how you guys do that all the time because it's too much. It's too much work. It's too much work.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. Believe me, we put our work in on this. So, but yeah, it's a lot. But
wait,
hey,
in terms of your fighting style, Angel, who inspired? Like in terms of your fighting style specifically, who did you model it after? Like your fighting.
Well,
style.
I mean, when I started it, I was more of a wrestler at the time when I started, and they hadn't really started recording fights. I started fighting a long time ago, and they hadn't. So I was more of a wrestler base with just heavy hands, and then as I progressed, I started training more.
Griffin, maybe a Forrest Griffin.
No, I'm gonna say more like Matt Hughes, and then I went from there and just kind of went into boxing and Muay Thai and started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and just became an all-around MMA guy.
How about Randy?
And I'm still training and learning.
How about the natural?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny because one of my head coaches, shout out to Johnny Curtis, man, he actually trained with Randy Couture. They wrestled together as alternates on the U.S. Olympic team. So,
do you guys think his son is a little bit overrated because of the name? Because Because people say he's supposed to be like his father. Like,
I don't think he's even fighting anymore. You talking about Randy Couture's son?
Randy Couture, or whose son?
Randy. Randy's
Randy
son.
Couture's son?
Yeah.
I don't think he's fighting anymore, is he?
Ryan Couture or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Ryan Couture. Hey, big shout out to our producer El Jefe, Steven DSKPL. What's up, Steven?
Hey, Steve.
El Jefe, really, my guy?
You left me hanging. You had me stressed out.
Bro, I had dinner with my new boss, man. He flew into town. I had to do it, bro.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I figured it out. So here we are.
AB, we got to get this guy on. My man said, yes, overrated. Is he
Tony,
overrated?
thanks for tuning in with us, man. We appreciate you tuning in and being a part of the show, man.
Yeah, thank you, Tony.
Keep checking us out. Keep tuning in, brother. Thanks for the great questions, too.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button and subscribe, my friend.
Hey, I want to talk to you. You brought up some of those old VHSs. That's how I got into it. My dad and my, I guess you could say he was the closest thing to a godfather I had, Mr.
Hey, forget about it.
They used to get those old Pride fighting champions on paper.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where, like, Tank Abbott was my guy. Like,
Tank Abbott
was my guy.
Monster.
What you like so much about Tank Abbott? That's what I want to know, because all I saw was Tank Abbott was a big old guy with a big old gnarly ZZ Top.
Well, I mean, number one, I am a big old guy. Let's get that straight. I am a big old guy. Number two, you know, the reality is a lot of these guys, right? They were fighting like there was no weight division.
True.
So you saw like 120-pound guys going up against Tank Abbott.
Fat.
And Tank Abbott would always do good in the first couple of fights. This is when they used to fight 4 fights in one night. You know, and Tank Abbott would always do good, but when he got to the last fight of the night, he could never do it. He could never win. Could never pull it out.
Dudes are nuts.
I mean, I love him. And I think, honestly, it's that craziness that I love. You know, it's funny because Anthony in the comments says, I'm a Conor McGregor fan. I like Conor, man. I like Conor because he is crazy.
Man, you see Conor. All right, let's talk about Conor a little bit. Anthony, I appreciate you bringing that up real quick, man. He says, I know Steven is a Conor McGregor fan, but to me, he's the most overrated UFC fighter in history. He can't even wrestle. He can only knock people out, and that's why he struggled with Khabib.
Hell no. The dude carried 2 belts at one time, bro.
Yeah,
How can you say he's overrated?
Out. I'm not going to say he's overrated, but Conor McGregor is out here wilding out. Did y'all see that he got into it this past weekend with Machine Gun?
He did.
Well, let's call him who he is.
Let's talk a little bit real quick.
His name is Kelly. Just because he has tattoos on his belly doesn't make him Machine Gun. He's trash.
Man, that's his rap name. That's his rap name. That's what his name is in these streets. That's what they call him in these streets.
By the way, MGK killed Eminem. I'm just going to say that.
No, stop.
He did.
Steven, I'm getting you off the show right now. Stop.
Come on, man. Wait a minute, Steven. I mean, listen, man. I had a lot of respect for you, bro, but you're making me lose.
Solo,
you're losing
are you listening to this right now?
Did you listen
Solo,
to the song?
get your man. Are you listening to this right now?
The song.
Get a hold of your man. He's wilding the hell out right now.
Bro, he killed Eminem. Eminem.
You just coming from dinner? Because how much did you drink?
Have you been drinking?
I've not been drinking. No alcohol has been consumed by me tonight.
You got a fever right now.
I feel good.
They're not even in the same category with hip hop.
Not even, bro. Not even.
Hey, when those two went at it, MGK straight killed Eminem.
Man, he's still on the bench.
Go back and listen to the tape, my guy.
He's still on the bench.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna need you to just go ahead and stop talking right now. Don't even say another word about and disrespect Eminem like that with this man,
okay.
Bro.
I got somebody just
I like Marshall Mathers. I'm just saying.
Read the comments. Read the comments, bro. Read the comments right now.
Right now. I'm gonna put it up there. Right now.
Please do.
My man Anthony Mazzano said it. Machine Gun Kelly's a ripoff Eminem.
Thank
Let's
you.
get that straight,
Thank you,
guys. Thank you,
Number
Anthony.
love for Anthony.
Thank you.
Number love.
ABAB says Conor is one-dimensional. But back to Conor McGregor, back to mixed martial arts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Conor McGregor is one-dimensional. Come on, AB. Stop it.
Y'all sound like some haters.
Stop it. Stop it.
Sound like some haters. But listen, Kelly can't touch Eminem. He is so right, bro.
You can't.
The fans have spoken, bro.
You can't. Are you paying attention, Steven
The fans
DSKPL?
have spoken, bro.
Are you paying attention? Spread love and kindness, positivity. Are you seeing it right now? Kelly can't touch Eminem. You're right. Not even a little bit. It's not even close. That whack ass song he came out with, and then all of a sudden Eminem lit his ass up.
Dude, he straight and spit bars on that. Y'all some hating people. Man.
I mean, but who's on the Billboard charts? Who's got more platinum albums?
Tell him, Mike.
Since we're gonna do this, let's do it.
I'm not talking about who's the better rapper.
I heard you stuttering just now. So
Yeah.
I got no speech impediment over here.
You stuttering, bro. You stuttering. You already know what's up. Eminem punished that dude.
Nah, dog. Look, Eminem does kill him on the charts. I'll give you that. But when those two went at it, what's the name of MGK's song? Kill Shot, right? He killed him.
Okay.
He killed him.
Look, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back on here. Anybody else want to come on and talk about combat sports? You let us know. There's the link in the chat box. Come on in.
Hit us
we
up.
Can get this fan panel. Don't be shy. Come on.
Hey, my man took a
talk to us.
Look, read the comments.
Speaking of combat sports, what did Anthony say? Okay. Combat sports. Joey Beltran got a title. He got a fight coming up.
That's right. He is fighting Arnold Adams, the guy he called out on the show.
That's right.
It's happening in New York at Madison Square Garden.
I know. I'm going to be in Miami, though.
What weekend is that? That's in December, ain't it?
December.
It's fan club weekend.
Oh, I'll be in Miami, too.
Oh, wow.
I know. I want to go.
I'll be in Miami, too. So Mike will probably be hosting a show by himself that weekend. That week. Because... yeah, I'm going to be down.
Just letting the fans know that show will be a 30-minute show. It'll be 30 minutes of me. 30 minutes of me just talking shit.
Oh, Conor McGregor ain't nothing, and Eminem, he ain't nothing. MGK ain't nothing. That's how you sound, Mike. You sound like a hater right now.
Wow. Okay. Oh, hey. Listen,
I just want to hold up. I got to take it back real quick. Hold on. Again, everybody, hit that like button, please. Subscribe. We're up in here talking shit today. This is the shit talking show today at Fire Nice Combat Sports Show, and we had some guests to come on this evening, but they got pushed back. So tune in next week. We got Aaron Riley, former UFC fighter. We got Heather Hardy, Bellator, former world champion boxer. So yeah, we got a couple people coming on. We got the Tomlinsons coming on, and we got some other fighters that are coming out from Miami as well. So tune in next week as well. But for today, we're talking combat sports. Apparently, we're talking rap, and it's just going to be a fun show.
We're not agreeing on any of it.
And it's going to be a fun show. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, become a member of YouTube.
My man, support the show. I'm rocking with my man Anthony right now.
Yeah,
I'm rocking my man Anthony. Listen, we gonna be all right.
Anthony Mazzano says, "Hold on." He says, "Angel, when you get a chance, can you read my comment? You and Mike, you guys are probably going to agree with me."
We already read it, Anthony.
Now who's hating?
Some hating ass motherfucker.
He's right. Stephen Machine Gun Kelly even said that basically modeled himself after Eminem in the rap.
Every single bit of it.
Did against Eminem. Come on, man.
He saw who was at
He ain't the rap devil.
He saw who was at the top, so he started.
I'll tell you right now, though. Did y'all see the picture? Let's get back to combat sports. Let's get back to combat sports. Did y'all see my man?
Ronda Rousey got inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Rhonda.
Shout out to
Congratulations.
Rhonda.
Female pioneer. Let's give it to her.
I'm just saying. Yo, I'm telling you, like, Dana White, I know we could talk about this for a minute. Dana White, I love that man. I know he gets such a bad rap. I know people either love him or hate him.
That's
Right.
Uncle Dana. That's Uncle Dana to you, sir.
Dude, I think he's one of the smartest businessmen ever. I think what he's done for a sport, like nobody else has done what he's done for a sport
Right.
ever. And you know, it's funny because he even said in the speech he inducted Ronda, he said, you know, that the famous quote of me saying women will never be in UFC. And then for him to go and make the women's division what it is in the UFC, like, I'm sorry, I think Dana White is the best commissioner in all sports, point blank.
Wow.
Respect that.
I mean, I don't see anybody better. I really don't. Like, he puts his money where his mouth is. He doesn't back down. I think, I'll be perfectly honest, in my opinion, I think he's very transparent. You don't see commissioners like that.
ABAB says, I gotta post this up. ABAB says, I hate Dana White.
Why?
I like
Why do
this
you hate
guy,
Dana?
man.
Hey,
I like
AB, well, I'm done with you in the comment section, man. Bring your butt up on the damn
Yeah,
show.
man.
Bring
I
your
like
ass
the,
up on the show, man. Come talk to us.
I like the evil in him.
I like that dude. Come on,
Why do you
AB.
hate Dana?
You know, hey, ABAB is always giving shit to Stephen D on Clock Blockers. Let's see him get.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
AB.
want to know. I want to know why he doesn't like Dana White too. Let's hear it. Bring him on in. Get in this room, man.
He didn't make the women's division. The female fighters did. Bruh, he had to okay the women coming on to the UFC.
Well, yeah.
Yes or
Remember
no?
when Dana first mentioned? All right, but hold on. Let me remind you now. You remember at the time Dana said there would never be any females in the UFC, correct?
He said that. Yep.
And it wasn't until Invicta got big and a couple of these other female, and the fighters started making a name for themselves, and then he saw the spectacle of what Ronda Rousey was, that he said, okay, I'm going to bring women into the UFC because there's something there with Ronda Rousey. She was
And check it out. Without Ronda,
she was cute, and she could beat your ass. That was it.
Yeah.
And they brought her onto the show.
but check it out, bro. Without
Steven, lower the
Ronda,
volume on your. I'm gonna need you to lower the volume on your car, sir.
Okay. Without Ronda, there is no Thug Rose. Without Ronda,
but you're talking about Dana White. You're talking about Dana White. We're not talking about Ronda Rousey and what she's done for the sport, because she's been amazing. She's done a lot for the sport. She's one of the original pioneers into the UFC when it comes to female fighters. So for the longest time, she was the face of female fighters in the UFC.
True.
But we're talking about what
He should pay his fighters more. I agree with you 100%.
yeah, but you know what though? Here's the thing with that, bro. If you really think about it, yes, you go to a boxing pay-per-view and you see millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. But if you go to the undercard, nobody on those undercards make money. You go to an undercard on the UFC, they make enough bread to eat. I'm just saying. I think that's a
but again, you gotta the pay is always been a problem in
any combat sport.
Any combat sport.
Yeah.
But it's not until you actually make a name for yourself that you even start making enough money. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, fighters are broke. A lot of fighters are broke unless they have businesses or have really good jobs or are doing stuff on the side. A lot of younger fighters are broke, especially when they get to that higher level. And then when they make the money, remember what happens to that money.
My man AB is dropping bombs over here.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's dropping bombs.
What do you say?
He's keeping it 100 though right now.
Yeah, of course, AB. He brought in people because they could see more money. But Cyborg was the face of female fighters. Remember her? Of course. But Cyborg wasn't in the UFC at the time. It took a long time before he finally brought Cyborg over to the UFC because she was so dominant.
But she was making bread somewhere else though.
Yeah, she was fighting for.
Cyborg did want that smoke. She didn't want Ronda Rousey in her prime.
She wanted to get paid for it. She wanted to get paid for it. That's
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Cyborg would have crushed Ronda Rousey in her prime. Cyborg would have crushed Ronda Rousey in her prime. So stop. Ronda Rousey, first of all, there was a weight difference. Second of all, Ronda Rousey was out there running away from that girl. Stop playing.
Y'all sound like
Stop
the
playing.
Y'all some. I've never heard a group of haters as much.
Stop playing.
My man's face.
Yo, stop playing, bro. Like, what the heck are you talking about? There was a weight difference. Ronda couldn't. Ronda wanted her to get down to 135. Cyborg couldn't make 135.
Hey,
At
Steven,
the time
man.
Cyborg was fighting it, she struggled to make 155.
Steven, man, it's 3 against 1, bro. Bro, it's 3 against 1, bro.
You're the hater.
Hey, this is my damn network. So if I say Ronda Rousey whoop her ass, that's the end of that. Ain't gonna be no more.
This is my damn show. That's all.
Okay. So hey, my man Anthony's bringing up some tough stuff. He's dropping dimes again, bro.
Who do you guys predict is going to be the Lioness Amanda Nunes finally? Wait a minute. Who keeps putting on my stuff over here? Is that you, Mike?
Oh. I ain't touched nothing.
I'm like,
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hands free, bro.
Hey.
I'm so good I could be on my phone and do this, son.
Hey, well, this is my show, sir. So I'm the one that does this. Please, thank you. So, we love you, Steven. AB, you're right. We do love you, Steven. The whole network loves you. We're all here and we're thankful for you, brother.
Hey, let's get to Anthony's question.
Let's get back to Anthony's question here. Who do you guys predict is going to beat the Lioness Amanda Nunes finally? Nobody. Some man. Some dude.
You know who I want to see, and they're just
nobody.
Weight classes, so it'll never happen. But I'd love to see Thug Rose and Amanda Nunes go at it.
Too much weight class.
Too big, big.
She's too big, man. Amanda Nunes is way too big. She's just too big. And Thug Rose, as good as she is, I don't think wants them problems. So,
they're got hammers in hands, bro.
Amanda Nunes, I've seen her knock dudes out. Like, you understand what I'm saying? She's knocked grown men out. So yeah, I'm like Cyborg. Cyborg's knocked grown men out. So I'm good with it, man. I don't want to see that fight. The only girl that I want to see fight again against, if she drops back down to 135, and because Amanda Nunes still holds 2 belts, right? She holds the 135 pounder and the 145 pound, correct?
I think that is correct.
She's supposed to fight Valentina Shevchenko again, or whatever, however you pronounce her last name.
Valentino Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko or something. So that's they fought before and it was a close fight, but Amanda Nunes still beat her. So I'd like to see that fight again. But that made Valentina go down to 125. So
right.
Hello, ABAB. Conor McGregor did. Hello.
Oh man.
Amanda Nunes is the only and real 2-division champion. Defends 2 titles. No guy does that. AB, once again,
dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
You know what? Y'all deserve each other. Because I'm gonna go.
Steven, we love you. Steven, we love you.
No, I feel very unappreciated right now. That's what I feel. I feel no love. I feel unappreciated.
Give me something good, Steven. Give me something good. All right, I tell you what. Since I got you on here and you're our guest today, I got you on here. I need to go through the 5. I need to go through the 5 questions with you real quick. Then I'm gonna do it. First of all, Marvel or DC, sir?
I feel like I only answer one way.
Oh, not the tattoo.
Oh,
damn it,
Superman.
Okay.
I can dig it. Respect.
Marvel TV shows are better though. I mean, Marvel movies are better.
Marvel movies are better. DC TV shows are way better.
Yeah. I love Titans. The Titans is awesome.
Titans, hell, man. Look at Lucifer. Look at Titans. Look at Constantine. You can name it. They got the CW, the entire CW lineup, the Arrowverse. All of DC shows are great.
How y'all feeling about that new Venom joint coming out?
Oh my God, I will be there opening night to see that. I love these. Hey, Hey, look, we
see the look on my face right now, Mike?
bruh. I'm saying
That's another movie that Sony's gonna mess up.
I'm trying to find
Sony's gonna mess that movie up.
I'm trying to find the politically correct term to say this, but Tom Hardy's my guy. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how I'm gonna say it. Tom Hardy is my guy.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting some feedback from somewhere. Who's got their volume up?
It's you.
It ain't me.
It ain't me.
Negative. But yeah, no, negative. Tom Hardy's my guy. I like Tom Hardy. And he did it what he could with Venom as a good character. But Sony continues to mess movies up. Sony, if you're watching,
stop it.
Let Marvel take the reins. Marvel knows what they're doing.
All right, so I answered the first question.
All right, second question. We're going to move on from there. Second quick question is, give me your top 5 combat sports of all time, dead or alive. Go.
Tank Abbott, John Jones, Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali.
Nice.
I like it.
Good. That's good stuff.
I
good
like
stuff.
it.
Much respect.
So, if you could watch any fight, past, present, doesn't matter, who do you want to see fight?
Well, look, my dream piece of sports memorabilia is an autographed Muhammad Ali over Frazier, right? Is it Frazier or Liston he's over? But that's I want that. I want that to be my main autograph piece whenever I get the Real Man Cave back, right? I want that. With that being said, it would have to be Muhammad Ali versus, oh man, this is so tough because I love MMA. So it's tough for me to put Muhammad Ali in the ring with somebody from MMA.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to do a crossover, man. I'd love to see John Jones versus Muhammad Ali in a boxing match.
Okay. I like that.
Can you turn that light off?
They're both tall and lanky.
No.
They're both tall and lanky. And, yeah, I like that fight. I like that fight.
Muhammad Ali's my favorite. I love Muhammad Ali.
He's a bad man.
He was the best.
And
you got
next question. Give me a juicy story that you've never told on any of your podcast networks or shows, on any of your podcast shows. Not Clock Blockers, Hell Fins, Doll Freak, any of them. Straight up story about Stephen D. And it could be football or combat sports. Go. It could be as explicit as you want it to be.
Okay, so I first things first, I've had 11 concussions on record.
God dang.
Damn.
Was your head a battering ram?
9 playing football, 2 fights. All right. The last concussion I ever got was a fight. And I was hanging out with my boys. Was probably, I don't know. I don't even know if I had met my wife yet. So this is 12, 13, maybe even 14 years ago. And we're sitting in the barbershop after hours. My buddy owned a barbershop, and we're drinking and we're having a good time. And this dude who was part of the crew got up in my face and was like, hey, look, I was, let's just say we were talking. We were talking smack. There was alcohol involved. So me being the fighter that I am, and by the way, I'm absolutely not a fighter at all. I was like, well, let's take this outside, man. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that because we go outside to the parking lot and I'm still talking. But dude, I was about to fight, wasn't talking no more.
Uh-oh.
So let's just say I woke up, I don't know, about 20 or 30 minutes later inside the barbershop with an ice pack on the back of my head. And my buddy was like, yeah, as soon as he got outside, he turned around, hit you one time in the face, and I went back. I went down like a light, and my head hit the back of a car. in the parking lot, and I blacked out.
You got lucky, man.
Like one hit.
Yeah.
So the
So
rest,
yeah,
the rest of your concussions must have come from football.
no, I mean I got some bad. The worst concussion I ever had was my sophomore year of high school, which ended my football career. I went to go hit the guy, and my head went here. I'm in the car. My head went like this. My neck, like my vertebrae, went like that.
Oof.
And I didn't go to the doctor right away. Like I got up, I thought it was okay. I get home, and my mom could just tell like something was wrong with me. She brought me to the emergency room, and next thing I know, like I could not lift my arms. I don't really remember too much, and I had like a severe concussion and messed up my vertebrae. I couldn't even lift a walking cane like 2 inches. Like I was in physical therapy for like 3 or 4 months, something like that. So yeah, it was bad. So yeah, let's just say yeah, my wife's convinced, and I know this isn't funny, but at the same time it is. Like my wife's convinced that I have CTE. Like she's convinced that I'm gonna have memory loss issues and crap. Like I forget things all the time. So that's real, man. Like I don't like I'm not gonna let my kids play football at least till high school. At least. None of that. Like I don't play. Like head trauma is real.
It is real.
A lot of it.
Oh, it is real for sure.
You know. So yeah, there's your juicy story.
Well, thank you, Steven. Appreciate you
For
sharing
sure.
that wonderful story with us. But I'm glad you're better now because I've had a pleasure to meet you and hang out with you and I said it's cool because I've had a pleasure to meet you and hang out with you. Is he messing with me right now? I'm pretty sure he's fucking with me right now. He's fucking with me right now. All right.
What was the question again? I don't remember the question. Say it one more time so I remember it.
Stop playing, man.
Hey, and we're moving on to the next question here. So, Andrew Harris, what's up, Andrew? Thanks for joining the show. AB is dropping some stuff here. Let's see what he's saying next. Cyborg would beat her, absolutely. Who do you guys? Oh, AB says we love you, Steven. Anthony Mazzano says we love you, Steven. Even if you think Machine Gun Kelly is way better than Eminem, we know you for a fact that he can't even hold Eminem's jockstrap.
No, I never said that MGK was better than Eminem. I said that MGK beat Eminem in their battle.
No one's beating Eminem in their battle. Stop it.
Yes, they did.
Even some of the top black rappers don't even mess with M.
Go back and listen to the track.
Amanda Nunez.
I love Jay-Z, and I know for a fact Nas killed Jay-Z. I'm just saying that.
AB says Conor never defended any titles. You are correct, sir. Conor did not.
Oh, we got some good ones down here.
You are the best, Steven. AB says you're the best. Angel, who should I? Okay, here we go. This is a good question right here. Who should I be looking out for in terms of young and upcoming fighters in the UFC for either light heavyweight, or middleweight? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. And we got some really, really good up-and-coming fighters. But if you're not paying attention to my man, Hamzat Chimaev, the Wolf,
hey,
you got to pay attention to that guy. Fights out 70 or 85.
I'm going. I got to go.
Hey, Steve, appreciate you tuning in with us, man. Tell everybody where they can find you real quick.
Huh? Oh, well, look. Everybody can find me at Steve P. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. And y'all can find me every weekday morning at 8 a.m. right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Clock Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. And I just want to say these two guys are absolutely amazing. I don't care what they say about Angel. I don't care what they say about you, Mike. Y'all are all right in my book. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all my boys.
Hey, Steven, we love you, man. Thanks for coming in. You're always a riot. It's always good to have you on the show, man. And you know, we got some big shows coming up, man. We'll have you back for sure, as you always, it's your network. So we'll get you on the show, man.
I do want to answer one person. If somebody has the chance to interview a boxer or combat sports athlete, dead or alive, you already know who I want to interview, right, Angel? Who's my dream interview?
Muhammad Ali.
No. Although that would be cool. But
George the Animal Steel.
Oh no, come on! I've told Angel this before.
You never told me. I mean,
Why
Big
don't
John
you
Studd.
refresh my memory? Because I've also
Big
been
Snake.
I've also
Big
been hit in
Snake.
the head a lot.
I want to interview Dana White so bad. I want.
Oh, that's
I want,
right. That's right. Dana White.
I want Dana White. Like that is my dream interview, to have like 30 minutes with him and just like pick his brain.
Hey, Anthony, why don't you come on to the show, brother? Find the link
Oh,
in the
love you
chat
guys.
box for the show. Steven, thanks for coming on, brother.
Holla.
Peace. Yo, big shout out to Stephen D and Stephen D DSKPL. Appreciate him coming on. It's always fun talking to that guy. He's crazy.
He's wild, man.
He's wild, man. All right, so yeah, first I'm gonna answer this question that Anthony said. Yeah, Hamzat Shemaev, man, you gotta see that guy. He wants to smash everybody.
He's a bad dude.
That's a bad dude. Look at him up, man. He's tough. AB says Tank Abbott. What?
Yeah, he was like question mark. Yeah.
Panel, if you guys have had a chance to interview a boxer or combat sports athlete, dead or alive, who would it be from the 70s and boxing from the early years of UFC?
Man, I'm probably going back like Jack Johnson. I want to talk to one of those guys that went through some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I want to talk to? Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Manito de Piedras.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Roberto Duran. Early years of the UFC, man, Dan the Beast Severn or Don the Predator Fry. That's who I'd like to talk to. I named myself after was Don the Predator Fry. So that's how you came up with Angel the Predator Ortiz.
Nice.
Because he was one of my favorite fighters of all time. That guy's just went in there and just let them hands go.
Oh, there's a good question right there. The next question down. That's a good question.
Pull it up, Mike. Can you pull it up?
I can't pull it up. You know, I don't know how to work this shit.
All right. Who will win in a fight? Anthony Mazzano says, who will win in a fight in their prime? Randy Natural Couture or Ken Shamrock?
In their prime? That's a tough one, man. Because, man, I'm telling you, Ken Shamrock was a problem.
Yeah, but didn't Randy beat Ken Shamrock?
But I don't think they were in their prime, though. We're going to have to pull it up, but I think he did win. But
I mean, Randy beat Tito Ortiz.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Randy. And Tito Ortiz destroyed Ken Shamrock. So I'm going to go with Randy.
Ken Shamrock with the short shorts on and the knee pads. He was a problem.
You talking about when he had the Valley Tudo shorts?
Yeah,
the that cut up your jump like.
He was a problem, bro. He was a problem. He looked like he was straight WWE. I mean,
he did wrestle in the WWE at one point. WWF.
He was a problem, dog. He was a problem.
One UFC up and comer would be Peter Yan. Yep. Peter Yan is doing his thing. He's not an up and cutter. Peter Yan.
No, yeah.
Peter Yan was the champ until he got No, he made a mistake in the fight and was given to a very well actor in Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that fight. I'd like to see them running back. I think Peter Yan, I think he beats Aljamain Sterling.
Hey, Tony is backstage, I think.
Oh, Tony's back up?
Yeah.
What's up, Tony?
Yeah. No, the reason why I asked this fight specifically, I'm talking about Ken Shamrock in his prime when he was doing those tournaments where he had to fight lighter weights all the time. I'm talking about that Ken Shamrock, the one before he got into WWE in the 90s.
The one that was like double palming people in the side of their ear. That was nasty, dog.
I mean, I like it, but I still got to go with Randy, man. Randy was a bigger dude, better wrestler. I mean, you just got to, I got to go with Randy, man. I think Randy,
And this is another one. How about
John
Jones? How about John Jones versus Hoist Gracie?
John Jones. John Jones is a freak athlete, man.
With a gi or without a gi?
with the gi. With the gi.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Game changer.
Well, you said MMA fight. I didn't know that we were going back to no holds barred days. All right. Now, if you want to go back to a young Hoist Gracie versus John Jones, with Hoist Gracie wearing the gi.
Both of them got on gis.
Oh, no. That's not even a match, bro. Hoist Gracie will destroy John. Hoist Gracie will take one of them long-ass limbs of his and snap it.
But you said he was a freak athlete.
It doesn't matter.
What you mean?
It's different, dude. You're talking about one of the pioneers of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I know.
He's gonna wrap that thing around that dude's neck and
choke the hell out of him.
And choke the hell out of him.
I'll answer my own question. Who would I want to interview in terms of combat sports or boxing? Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Ooh, yes. Probably the greatest pound for pound boxer.
Oh yeah.
Or not Fry, not Tank, not Fry, not Ken, or Hoist. Who was the Japanese guy that they used to fight all the time? Oh my God, I forgot the guy's name now. He was Antonio Inoki.
Oh, okay. Gotta check that out real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna Google that. Google it.
No, there was a famous fighter in UFC during that time with Ken Shamrock. It was a Jet. He was known for Pride too. Later on in his career. If you guys ever watch Pride.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Who did he fight in Pride? Do you remember?
Because it feels so right.
I know you're in front of that computer, Tony.
No, I'm. What is it called? I'm on my iPad. I can't do that.
Oh shit, Tony.
Yeah, and my phone is too small.
I thought you were tech savvy over there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and honestly, we love Steven, but he's a little bit delusional, thinking MGK is on Eminem's level.
You gonna make him come back on here? He called my man delusional.
Hey, he said my man was delusional because of the. Hey, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. No way in need. MGK did not win that battle, and he's anywhere near Eminem's.
Two different levels, man.
Two different levels, man.
He can't even hold Eminem's jockstrap.
You got a good point. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I bet you Steven is chiming in right now, chomping up a bit.
No.
Oh, okay. So
Hey,
ABAB got his name.
Hey, Tony, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate you, brothers. Keep tuning in, my man.
My man ABAB got his name down here. I can't pronounce that shit. So,
Peter Yan?
No.
Oh, Sakuraba, man.
Sakuraba,
baby.
Sakuraba.
That was the Gracie killer right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. Sakuraba, bro. That dude.
Man, you got some cats on here that know this shit, dog.
Hey, man, let's talk about some. Now let's get back to combat sports here, but let's talk about what fighters, Mike, in your opinion, what fighter in any of the weight classes of the UFC that's coming up, who do you think is going to make a top impact in these upcoming fights?
Man, I gotta sit back and do some research. You guys are blowing my mind with some of the stuff you guys are coming up with nowadays, man. It's so many fighters out here that have so much potential that I can't even begin to get started. So I'm gonna have to go back to the archives and start getting on this computer and really, doing some deep digging and some research here. You guys are killing me.
Hey, Mike, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming UFC fight this Saturday, man.
Give it to me.
So we got Anthony Lionheart Smith is the main event versus Ryan Spann.
All right, so Ryan Spann came from where?
I don't know. He's 19-6 right now.
19-6.
Yeah, he's 19-6, and he's fighting Anthony Smith, who has 35 wins and 16 losses in the UFC.
Whew. And that's a main event?
That's the main card. That's a good fight, man. Ryan Spann is like coming up, man. He's been knocking dudes out too, so it's a good fight. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Lionheart, he's had a couple. He's won, I think he lost his last fight, but I could be wrong.
Right. Who'd he lose to?
By knockout, but I think he lost to the old Brazilian guy. What's his name? God, I can't even remember. But they're fighting at the UFC Apex this weekend.
Okay.
So who you like in that fight?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not up to par on these two fighters, and I'm not at will to give my honest opinion. And it would be wrong of me to criticize either one of these young men when I don't know shit.
You don't know who Anthony Smith is? You're telling me you don't know who
Pull
Anthony Smith is?
Listen, I know who they are, but you had to pull their faces up. Listen, it's football season right now, so some people's channels are changing here, okay? All right? I get it. I got to dive back into my research and take a look at these guys. I get it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a couple other fights, though, that are on the card. You know Tony Gravely.
Yes.
And he's fighting Nathan Mayness and the bantamweight division on that card. That's going to be on the main card of that card. That's not even on the undercard. He's on the main card. So he's fighting Nathan Mayness, who's 13-1. Tony Gravely is 21-6.
Wow. He's got some fights.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing it, man. So Tony Gravely's fighting. He's been training at American Top Team. You know, he moved his camp from Tech MMA down to American Top Team, and he's coming up. What do you think of that fight?
Well, I think he's going to be a problem. I mean, his camp is solid. So I'm gonna. Man, honestly, what's the date on it?
That's this Saturday. That's Saturday, buddy.
All right. Well, listen, I know I have to work this weekend. But what are your arrangements for the weekend? Maybe we'll watch the fight together.
Well, I was hoping to be working this weekend as well and get the arrangements going, but yeah, we can talk about that another time.
Absolutely. Okay, so you got a question over here, just in case you didn't see it. ABAB.
What do you think about the upcoming fight between Covington and Usman? Ooh, that's a good fight, man.
That is a good fight.
That's a good fight. It was a good fight last time. And it kind of went down, I think, was it the 5th round where what's his name broke his jaw and ended it?
Yeah.
So Usman, I mean, again, unless Kobe comes with a different type of game plan, I still see it going to Usman, man. Usman's just a big dude. He's just
so that's who won. So Usman won the first one, right?
Yeah, he TKO'd Kobe.
In what round?
I think it was the 5th.
5th? Okay.
Yeah.
I think
he TKO'd him, but he broke his jaw in like the 4th round or some shit.
Steven, that's a good question right there. The next question, that is a good question because I haven't heard that guy's name in a long time.
But I like Usman in that fight. Mike, who do you like in that fight?
I like Usman in that fight too, but I think that it's gonna be a problem though. It's gonna be a tough fight. I like that question.
What the heck happened to Stephen Wonderboy Tom? He fell off the cliff fast. No, he didn't.
No, I don't.
What are you talking about? He's in the top 5 of his weight division.
But how many fights has he didn't he just lose 2 fights?
No, he only lost 1. And he just won the last one he just fought.
And who was that against?
I can't remember.
I could have swore I just watched this guy fight recently.
Yeah, he won that last fight. But I'm gonna stick. We're gonna stick right now. We'll answer some of you guys' questions here in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick right now with this fight card because I kind of want to stay focused on this fight card. It's coming up here. And we're not going to get a chance to talk about it again. So
I'm going to have to look at this fight card because I see you looking at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to bring it up. That's my job. So
right.
We're looking at so I like Tony Gravely in that fight. I think Tony Gravely's wrestling is going to be real tough. I mean, he's got solid wrestling, Virginia Tech wrestler. I mean, it's just.
Oh, and that's on the undercard, or is that on the
that's on the main card?
Yeah, I think he's going to do real well, man. He's been busting his butt. He's been working his ass off.
Yeah.
We need to have that guy on the show, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on the show. We got also in the women's flyweight division on the main card, we got Ariane Lipsky versus Mandy Bone. I don't know much about Mandy. She's 7-0. And she's coming from North Carolina or someplace. Ariane Lipsky is her name. She's 13-7. They don't even have a picture for Mandy Bone on here for the UFC fight things. I think she might have been just brought into because she's 7-0. So we don't know much about her, but I know she's got to be tough if they bring her in for this fight.
Okay. All right, hold on. I think I got it up.
I tell you what, the preliminary card, it looks really, really good. They're starting it off with a female fight, Emily Whitmire versus Hannah Goldie. Goes into Gustavo Lopez versus Hailey Alatang. in the bantamweight division. The welterweight division is Itma Kasagani versus Carlton Harris. Carlton Harris is a tough dude, for sure. In the women's flyweight division, again, another flyweight fight. We got women Erin Blanchfield versus Sarah Ajpar. And the men's bantamweight division has Montel Jackson versus JP Buys. And in the lightweight division, it has Nicholas Moda versus Cameron Van Camp. But they do have one light. Oh, there's one light heavyweight fighter that I know you know that we're going to get on the show here soon.
Who's that?
Tefan Chukwi.
Oh, he is. Oh, really?
Yeah, DMV's Tefan Chukwi is fighting Mike Rodriguez, man, at the light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight, yeah.
Yeah, 205. So Tefan's moving back up to 205.
Two big boys.
And he fought at 185. So
185. He looked good at 185 too.
Yeah, he did look good at 185. Yeah, but he's fighting at 205 against Mike Rodriguez. So that's a really good. That's probably the main fight on the preliminary card at light heavyweight. And then the co-main of the preliminary card, you're looking at, Fawn's tough, man. Shout out to Tough Fawn and Team Lloyd Irvin and all those guys over there.
All right, let's see what you got now. Hey, true.
Good card, huh?
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's gonna be interesting. A bunch of tough fights to call. Prelims. All right.
So they're considering looking at. I'm gonna tell you who Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is being considered to fight next. Jorge Masvidal.
What?
They are discussing that fight.
Man, Jorge's about to go make some of that YouTube money real quick. He ain't worried about fighting nobody in the UFC right now.
Well, that's the big fight that they're looking at trying to make. I guess Stephen, that he's looking to try to, fight Jorge Masvidal next.
Right. I mean, I'd probably watch it.
Remember, he lost to Gilbert Burns. That was the last fight he lost.
Oh, Gilbert Burns. Okay.
Yeah, so he lost to Gilbert Burns. So
okay, somebody's showing Stephen D some love over there.
Vikin Bastajian. Shout out to you, my man. Yeah, Stephen D is the man. You're correct. Yeah, so I like that. They're good, and I think they're the nicest guy versus the baddest mofo. So Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus my man Jorge Masvidal from the 305. They kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh, they can sell that all day long.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. And that's the two strikers, man. Two solid strikers. So I like that fight.
I'm taking Steven. I'm taking Wonder Boy.
I can't go against Miami's own, bro.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm a Masvidal guy, man. I can't go. I like Steven too, though, but I can't go against him.
I just think that his foot game and those kicks are just too much for your man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I think
Masvidal's boxing is way better.
I think he catches him with a spinning back kick.
When's the last time you seen Stephen Wonderboy Thompson throw a spinning back kick?
Well, I mean, against this boxer, he might come in there with this unorthodox kicking style. You never know, man. They do kicks from everywhere. Pennington's back on the card. All right, I like it.
Yeah, man. There's some good fights on this card on Saturday.
Anthony Smith is back.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that mug got a rack of fights, bro. That mug got a rack of fights, bro. He need to chill.
Yeah.
I mean,
30. We got some questions on here, Mike.
All right.
Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look and see what we see. I think Cody was ahead on the cards. Cody was. he might have been ahead on the cards.
I think he was.
AB. I think he probably was when he fought the first time. So, I like Kobe. I do. I do like Kobe. So I think he's a good fighter. Kamaru Usman, dude, he's just tough. He's just a grinder, bro. He's a grinder. He's got that wrestling grinder. Kobe's got wrestling too, but it's just that It's a tough fight, man. Call. Woodley beat Wonder Boy a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Adesanya and Woodley just lost to Jake Paul when he shouldn't have.
Just stop
I don't even
bringing
want
his
to talk
name
about
up.
that fight.
I don't want to bring his name up. He just
like I don't. Again, Woodley. I'm going to talk about that fight for a brief second because Woodley, in his last 4 or 5 fights, the reason he's lost them is because he doesn't pull the trigger anymore. He's literally just taking paychecks. I don't see him. He hasn't pulled the trigger in any of his fights like he used to. He used to be explosive. He's not that anymore. You just let a YouTuber beat you in boxing when the YouTuber had no business beating you in boxing, and he had him hurt. He had Jake Paul hurt, but didn't go after it because he didn't pull that trigger.
Tough for me to watch.
Adesanya didn't want none of that John Jones. AB, you're right, man. He did not. He did not want no part of. Well, I don't know. I can't say he did not, but John Jones moved up to heavyweight. So if John Jones came back down to 205, I don't know. There's some tough 205ers now in the UFC.
Man, that dude better stay in his lane, bro.
Yeah.
Want no parts of John Jones.
ABAB says, what about my boy Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler? Well, I think Diaz already beat Lawler once, didn't they? Back? AB, can you let me know if they fought? I'm not too certain on it, but I think Diaz did beat Lawler before.
I think that's a good fan fight.
I think it's a great fan fight.
Yeah, it's a good fan fight. Well, I mean, both those guys got a lot of They've got a good big fan base. I think it's a good fan fight.
I like Nick Diaz, in that fight. I think, the fight I really want to see is let's run it back, man. Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor. That fight needs to happen.
Yeah.
Part 3.
Yeah.
That's the third fight to make.
That fight's going to be – this fight's going to be interesting because, I mean, it's going to sell tickets. I mean, both of these guys talk so much smack.
Yeah, I mean, if Conor can stop beating up celebrities and stop, doing –
They fought 17 years ago? 17 years ago? Oh, my God.
Who fought 17 years ago?
Nick Diaz and Lawler.
Those guys have been in the game for a long time, Mike. Remember that.
Jeez.
Robbie Lawler fought in the early UFCs and then Nick Diaz. So, did they fight at Pride or was it the UFC? I don't think they fought in the UFC. I think that might have been Pride when they fought.
Man, let's bring a fan on, bro. What are we doing here? Bring a fan on. Let's mess with somebody.
Well, we're discussing combat sports, my friend. That's what we're doing.
I love it.
The show's about. But let me go ahead and just remind everybody real quick. Again, hit that like button and subscribe. Share with your friends, man. Share this show with your friends. Let them know. If they missed it, you can reshare it. Share it on your social medias. All your social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Share the show. It's a great way to show. Hit that like button, please. Tell your friends to continue to hit that like button. And subscribe. Subscribe. We got some great guests coming on next week. And we got some great, banner getting ready to come on as well. So it's going to be a good time. And if you like Miami sports, tune in each and every morning. I keep wanting to say Monday. Each and every morning for Clock Blockers with Stephen D. And you saw Stephen D was on here earlier this evening. So, yeah, tune in each and every single morning. And again, to remind everybody, parental advisory. The kids should be in bed if they're not already. They should not be watching this show or listening to this show because we are raw. So there you go. Oh, and lastly, become a member. Join the network. Join us on YouTube. Share, like, tell your friends. All right, Mike. So who do we got? Who do you got that wants to come on?
I don't see anybody right now, but I'm just kind of looking around here. Yes.
AB, if you want to come on, man, click that button right there, buddy. Anybody wants to come on, you can go ahead and click that button right there. I just shared it on the chat. What do we got here? ABAB says like 17 years ago. He says it was the UFC when they fought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. That was the most embarrassing moment in my life. We were promised fine dining restaurant.
So we got that up and coming fight card. And then you got the big fight on September 25th, Saturday, September 25th. Have you seen this pay-per-view card, Mike?
The one for the Saturday?
No, for the UFC 266, the pay-per-view on September 25th.
No, I have not looked at it, but I will right now.
My friend, my guy, the main card is stacked.
Stop playing.
Man, so we were just talking about Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. They are fighting on the main card at UFC 266. AB, I don't want to see. Hold on. I got to bring this up.
I'd like to see.
I'd like to see Masvidal versus Conor. Masvidal's too big for Conor McGregor, man. I don't want to see that fight. Masvidal destroys Conor McGregor in that fight, in my opinion. Badly.
Why do you say that?
Masvidal's boxing. I think his boxing's better. I think he's just all around better fighter than Conor. And remember, Masvidal does have ground game as well. So, I think it makes a good fight. I think it's good for the fans. I think it's a good money fight. Let's be real. I mean, that's a multi-million-dollar fight for Conor and Masvidal. But I mean, who am I kidding? Let me stop lying. I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see that fight. I do want to see that fight.
I thought you would change your opinion.
Yeah, I do want to see that fight. But I'm sticking with Masvidal on that fight. But I like this card on UFC 266, man. You got Alexander Volkanovski. You got versus Brian Ortega. I think that's a grudge fight, too. I don't think those two guys like each other. That's going to be a good fight. And then the champ, Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy's been on a tear, man. She's been winning fights back to back.
She's been balling.
Yeah, that's the co-main. The welterweight fight on that card, in the main card, is Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. Two veterans. This is Nick Diaz's first fight in a long time. Probably like 6 years, I'm going to say.
Your rematch 17 years back. Man, AB is on his game, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, 17 years, that's crazy.
Mike, what do you think of this fight, man? The heavyweight fight. Curtis Blades versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
I like Curtis. I like Curtis Blades. He's developing. Blades, yeah, he's developing.
I'm gonna get him on the show too, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better, man. He's grown so much. He is really growing into the sport.
Jairzinho, I can't. How do you pronounce this dude's name? Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
Don't you dare! I'm not butchering nobody's name, bro. You keep butchering names.
He's definitely. I like Curtis Blades in that fight, man. I think Curtis Blades takes him down. I don't think Rozenstruik has power if he catches. Again, that's one of those fights. It's a striker versus a strong grappler. So if he catches Curtis, he could probably put Curtis out. Curtis is coming off a loss, I think. So if Curtis, wins this fight by taking him down, he's right back up at the top of the division. So that's a good fight for Curtis, and I think Curtis controls him on the ground wrestling. He wins. I also like the Jessica Andrade versus Stephanie Cavallo. Cynthia Cavallo. Sorry, Cynthia Cavallo.
All right, September 25th. Okay, so I'm catching up now because your internet's better than mine. So you don't like Ortega?
I like Ortega, but I'm taking Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski's just a tough, scrappy Australian dude, man. He's just a tough Aussie.
Man, I don't see that happening, bro.
Hey, ABAB says Blades got no hands, though.
But if he hits you, though, bro.
I like Blades. I think Blades' hands are coming along. It's setting up his takedown. See, but that's what he did, though. In his last fight, instead of using his wrestling, he probably could have won that fight, but he made a mistake and tried to stand with a legit striker and just got clipped. So, and who did Blades lose to in that fight? He lost to the Black Beast was his last fight that he lost to.
Really?
Yeah, man. Derek Lewis knocked his ass out, put him to sleep. But again, it's Derek Lewis.
I mean, both them dudes got heavy hands, man.
Yeah. So I like Curtis Blades, man, in that fight. Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Cavallo. That's a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they got early prelims and they got prelims on this card, man.
I'm trying to
This
find.
is a stacked card too. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at the back. Look at the. Go over to the preliminary card.
And that's September 25th, right?
Yeah. Go over to the preliminary card.
Okay. Prelim. Early prelims on UFC Fight Pass.
Ortega's length might give him a problem. You're right, AB. You're correct.
I like that. I like Ortega. I do. I like him a little bit better. Here we go. Man, I don't want to pull up.
I got pretty lucky. One of the ladies from Zumba said, "Hey, my grandpa."
You got me up past my bedtime looking for this stuff.
Your bedtime's not till after 10 p.m., sir.
No, my bedtime is 9:15. So you know.
Well, tonight, not on Monday nights, it ain't.
Usually in bed by 8. All right,
You're
pretty
the co-host, sir, of Fire and Ice Combat Sports podcast.
Hey, man. I don't think anybody in this room right now is going to mind if I take my butt to sleep. So I'm looking at the prelims.
Are you there yet?
Yeah.
All right. So you got Marlon Moraes versus Marab Valishvili.
Bantamweight, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Bantamweight. You got, that's a great fight, by the way. Dan Hooker in the lightweight divisions fighting Nasrat Hakparast.
Good.
I know I'm
There
butchering
you go.
these names.
There you go.
Hakparast, Nasrat Hakparast.
Oh, I want you to do this heavyweight name right here.
Oh, Shamil Abdurakhmonov versus Chris Dawkins. That's a good fight.
Two big boys, man.
Yeah, man. But I think Abdurakhmonov isn't he with part of Khabib's team?
I have no clue, but these are two big dudes, man.
Yeah. And Roxanne Modafferi versus Talia Santos.
That's not on mine, but early prelims. Is that early prelims?
No, that's regular prelims.
Okay.
On the early prelims, you got some good fights too.
Oh,
A lot of up and comers.
Yeah, I like this one guy, man. He's tough. The Matthew
Smellsberger.
Yeah, man, I like that guy.
Yeah, man, he's fought on He's fought on some local cards too.
Yeah, man. That name is familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fought at CFFC. He's fought on. Shout out to them. He's fought at. I think he might have fought at Shogun. Right.
You know what? I think that's where I remember him from.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Matthew, and he's fighting Martin Sano. Jonathan Pierce versus Omar Morales. Carl Robertson versus Nick Maximov in the middleweight division. In the women's flyweight, you got Manon Fiorot versus Myra Bueno Silva. And then in the lightweight division, you got Euros Medic versus Jalene Turner.
Oh, it's gonna be a problem.
So you got some good fights, man, on that UFC fight card.
And that's on the 25th.
That's correct.
Yeah. I think I got to work that weekend too, man.
What's that weekend?
Man, it might be a TCB or a K-Zilla, one of the two. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure because I know I got at least 2 shows this week. So this month. Not a whole lot going on, but enough. You know what I'm saying? Enough to keep me busy.
Yeah, man. And hey, we got to give a special shout out to somebody today.
Who that?
It's his birthday, man.
Oh, man, Ronnie
Rodriguez, man. We got to give a special shout out to Ronnie Rodriguez today. VCSS's own. Shout out to you, Ronnie. Hope you had a great birthday, my man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you bought a whole bunch of pairs of shoes.
Like at least 20.
Yeah, the dude's crazy, man.
Appreciate you. You know, he tunes into the show. So, yeah, Ronnie, if you're watching, happy birthday, my guy.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday to you, dog.
Hey, and
happy birthday to you.
Yeah. And also we want to give a shout out, man, to my man over at Jumbo Lump Crab Cakes. JumboLumpCakes.com for the best, and I mean absolute best crab cakes in the entire DMV.
Hey man,
And
I have
he'll
not
ship them
had
to you anywhere you at. So if you're anywhere, it doesn't matter what state you're in, he'll ship them to you.
Listen, I'm not saying shit about these crab cakes until I get one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they are amazing, Michael.
They
are absolutely amazing.
You speaking because you've had some before.
I am. I have. I had them a lot actually because they're delicious. I mean, they
Right.
are jumbo lump crab cakes. They are lumpy and delicious, and they're great.
Well, I need some people to hit the like button and share because hopefully he'll buy me lunch.
That's right. So hit up Brandon Fry over at Jumbo Lump Crab Cakes, JumboLumpCakes.com.
Jumbo Lump Cakes.
JumboLumpCakes.com. Hit up my man Brandon Fry. They got great stuff going on. Also, if you're in the Winchester DMV area and you're looking for a great place to work out, holla at this man right here to my right, my man Michael Doman over at Winchester Boxing and Fitness.
That's your boy right there.
Right there.
All right, right
Winchester Boxing and Fitness.
Get in the camera. Get in the camera. There it is.
You panning it up?
I know. I'm
Winchester Boxing
gonna be in the background next
and
week.
Fitness, man. They got shout out to him, shout out to John Cuss, shout out to Anthony and Michael Doman Jr., man. All those guys over there, Harold Jones. Shout out to those guys at Winchester Boxing and Fitness, man. They're helping a lot of lives, man. They're helping people get healthier, get better. They know their stuff. And you know, you can learn, you know, not only is it just fitness, but you can also learn boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. It's all the combat sports. You can get it. So yeah, shout out to those guys at Winchester Boxing. And if you're looking for anybody in the DMV, if you're looking for anybody that you need pressure washing from, if you're within 60 miles of the Winchester area, contact Semperfi Enterprises LLC.
Holla at your boys.
You can go to www.semperfienterprisesllc.com or semperfientllc.com. And yeah, man, hit them up for all your power washing, pressure washing, staining, sealing, gutter cleaning needs. Holla at them. But yeah, man, we had a pretty decent show today. Had a lot of people coming on and talking some good stuff. You know, we didn't have no fans. It was a little bit less than normally, but yeah, it was a pretty decent show. What do you think, Mike?
I think it was really productive. I think we'll come back next week with a couple guests and see if we can get this a little bit more fan interaction going on. But this was a good, time for me and you to gel and chop it up and shoot the shit.
Chop it up, shoot the shit a little bit, just kind of give it up, man. You know, we got some great people coming on and some legends in the game that have been fighting for some time. We're gonna have some guys from the old days of the UFC. And we're gonna have some guys that are some up and comers, and we got some guys that are fighting this weekend, and fought last weekend in BKFC and so forth. Man, got guys coming on from one FC, Pride, Bellator, and Victor. You know, shout out to all those. So, yeah, man, it's been a decent show. What's the fight you want to see before the end of the year, Michael?
Honestly, the fight that I want to see before the end of the year is only one fight that I really, really want to see, man. I want to see Deontay Wilder get back in there and prove to the world that he can box. And I want to see him box. That's it. Tyson Fury's my guy, but I want to see him prove himself in box, man. I really do.
All right. Since you brought that up, do you honestly think Deontay Wilder stands a chance against Tyson Fury?
I definitely think he stands a chance. 100%. I think he stands a chance because of that X factor, that right hand, man. The dude is a monster. Spence Crawford, I want to see that fight too. But I mean, but these heavyweights, man, that right hand,
it's
bro.
It's quiet in the heavyweight division, bro.
I know AB, I know, bro. I know what you're saying. He can't box. But man, I just want to see him prove himself. Just if there's a glimmer of him being able to technically box, I'll be happy. Because I'm a Tyson Fury fan. I just think he outsmarts people. I think his boxing is supreme. But I just want to see Deontay Wilder get back on that stage and for 6 rounds use his jab and use his right hand and stay long and just box. It'll be entertaining to watch. Use some head movement.
I mean, we know that he's got the punching power.
Yes.
That's not the question.
No, that's not the question.
At any point, he could land one heavy right hand and it's lights out.
I wanna
But
see-
can he box? And as we've seen, Tyson Fury, let's be honest, Tyson Fury won both fights.
Yeah, I think so too.
According to the judges' scorecards,
Yeah.
because of the knockdowns. That's the only reason they even went to the second fight.
Yeah.
But then at that point, I mean, Fury bodied him.
Mhm.
Fury bodied him. Put that weight on him.
I mean, don't
That
get me
weight's
wrong.
different. That weight's different.
I want to see that.
Boxing
I want to see
is
what's the name.
framing.
Right.
Heavyweight division, framing, leaning,
Yeah.
heavy shots.
And I still want to see that boy come from across that pond and come over to this U.S. soil.
That's the fight I want to see before the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Or even early next year. I want to see
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua
Mm-hmm.
versus Tyson Fury. I still think Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua convincingly.
Yeah, I think he dissects him. I mean, because honestly, we kind of saw what Anthony Joshua really brings to the table in that first fight with Ruiz. Yeah,
And
He made
Ruiz
him look-
exploited him.
he made him look bad.
Exploited him.
Yeah, with just good boxing.
And Ruiz just won his last fight. So
Yeah, he can box. I mean, the
box.
Gypsy King is a bad dude, man. I just want to see Wilder compete. I mean, I want to see.
Make it interesting.
Yeah, I want to see.
But who else is left in the heavyweight division in boxing? Who else is left?
There's some up and comers, but I mean, right now they're way
nobody.
they're
There's
light
nobody.
years behind. They're light years behind. ABAB, thank you so much, man. That is a great call.
I'm actually going to highlight that because that's actually a great thing to bring up.
I mean, he can't take him lightly.
No, you can't. You're right.
No,
Joshua better not take you right because Usyk, that dude's a beast. Bro.
he's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. He can fight. He can fight. I mean,
Does he
you know.
beat Joshua?
no.
If Joshua shows up, if the Joshua before he fought at Ruiz shows up, the one that fought one of the brothers, what's his name?
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like Anthony Joshua is a late round fighter. This guy comes out within the first 5 or 6 rounds and pours it on him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Joshua's in it. I mean, we already seen it. He can't take a punch.
No,
He
that
can't
chin's
take a shot.
suspect.
Yeah, he
That
can't.
chin is suspect.
He can't take a shot. I mean, he got rocked by Ruiz on the top of the head and was jello, baby deer legs, man. It's going to be interesting to watch. I can't wait to see what happens with Crawford, Spence, some of these smaller guys too. I mean, there's a lot of good fights out here.
I'm gonna tell you one fight I want to see in mixed martial arts before the end of the year, if I could, or
Who
even
that?
next year. Francis Ngannou, Johnny Bones Jones.
Facts.
Let's make it happen. That's $1 million fight. Let's make it happen. The world wants to see it.
I don't got nobody beating Jones, bud.
I think Jones exploits Francis Ngannou.
The dude's just a technician, man.
Yeah,
He's
I think Francis Ngannou lands a good punch. It might be, he can catch John Jones, but John Jones has been hit. He's been hit. Let's be honest. He's been hit by heavyweights.
He's been hit by heavyweights, but he doesn't take a flush punch. You know what I mean? Like he rolls really well. He's really slick. Yeah, he's really slick. Oh, there it is, man. I like Benavidez too, but nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, Benavidez is a tough call.
Oh, nobody wants to fight the guy. I mean,
my man AB's been on the road today.
Man, I like this dude, man. We got to bring that guy on, man. That
yeah,
guy's,
man. I don't know if he's afraid of the camera. I don't know what he's done. He gets on the camera for clock blockers. Don't be scared, brother. Come on in here with us.
Yeah, he's probably been on camera all day today, man. He's probably sitting back chilling. People are watching the Dolphins stuff right now. That's why. So he's watching Dolphins or something.
Got you.
Yeah.
But so we got Spence Crawford. I like that fight. Is it
I like
going to happen? I don't see it happening before the year's out.
Next year.
I'll tell you who I'd like to see. Tank versus Ryan Garcia.
It's not gonna happen.
Why? Why is it not gonna happen? Tell me why.
Ryan Garcia is not ready for that level of competition. He needs to take on a lighter opponent. and get himself prepared. And plus, his team's not gonna let that happen. He will get Tank's a dog.
I like Tank.
I like Tank too, but he's a dog. And when you're a dog, you don't want to get in there with that dog yet, man.
I don't know, man, but Ryan Garcia is sharp. He's got power too. He's fast.
Listen, Stephen D. I thought Stephen D got off the line.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. First of all, I know way more about combat sports. Don't even try. Don't even try. But I'm just saying, I like Ryan Garcia, man. I do. I like that fight, bro. I do. I really do.
What?
I like that fight.
Dog, AB, tell this man something, bro. Tell this man something.
Yo, hold up. Why do you think? So you sleeping on Ryan Garcia? You saying that Ryan Garcia can't match with Tank?
No.
Who else is there? Who else is there, really?
He's not ready for that stage yet.
Who else is there ready?
No, nobody's ready for that stage, man. Tank is a different animal.
All right, so let's say Tank versus Lomachenko.
Lomachenko's not. Listen, Lomachenko already proved Lomachenko's a good fighter, but he got pillow hands. he ain't. Listen, these dudes at that weight class. You see what happened to him in his last fight, right?
Well, because he started late, like he always does.
Bruh, he didn't want to get into that fire with that boy with them heavy hands. That boy had man, I'm telling you, man. You go back and watch it.
All right. Did Pacquiao lose that fight?
Yes. Pacquiao lost the belt.
Should Pacquiao hang it up?
Pacquiao should hang it up. He's made his money. He's a high-power politician. He ain't got nothing else to prove. He's fed his country.
He's done.
He's done real well.
Yeah.
And AB, I think that is a good fight, but I don't think Loma's ready for that level yet. I think he needs to have a tune-up fight and then call out Tank. But he needs a tune-up. He's not quite ready.
I think Loma dances around Tank and outpoints him if they fought.
I'm about to be done with you right now.
Seriously, you don't think so? Why? You don't think Loma dances around him?
Dances around him, runs from him, or dances around him?
Well, I didn't call it any other way. I just said
okay. Well, I call it running. He better run. He better run from that dog because that dog is coming for that work.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love Tank Davis.
Yeah. Listen, Loma's a special talent, but when it comes to them hands, them thuds. Tell you, go back and watch the fight, man. Tank's different. He's special.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point. I can see that.
Hey, I like Lomachenko. I want to see the rematch. I want to see the rematch between Loma and somebody give me his name, please. Damn
it. The Spanish dude he fought. That has to happen.
It's got to happen, but Loma's got to come with a better game plan. He's got to have a better game plan because it just didn't make sense. His game plan was what? Wait till he got tired? What? Wait till the 6th round and start fighting? It's not where it's at.
So he fought Teofimo Lopez.
Right. And Teofimo's a bad dude, and he's a bad dude. He's a bad dude, man. I'm telling you, that dude's hands are heavy. And once he got tired, he was like, yeah, I'm tired. But if you walk into this fire, I'm swinging. And Loma was cautious. Loma was super, super cautious. He didn't want to get into that fire with that man.
So the fight to make for Lomachenko is Lopez too. Teofimo too.
Yeah, that's going to be a breadwinner for him. He needs to stay out of Tank's lane. If Tank wants to get a little bit of money, he's going to have to fight Ryan Garcia.
That's according to Bob Abrams. So
yeah, I mean, let's see. Where's I'd like to see Spence Crawford. I like to see both of them to get active. What about Tank versus the Teofimo? Hey, that's a good fight too. I mean, that's two power punches.
That's two power punches, but I think Tank's too fast, man.
But here's what's gonna happen. It'll be a super technical fight. Neither one of them are really going. Yeah, neither one of them are really going to pull the trigger. So they're really going to be cautious because both of them have so much power. Yeah. So it'll be a real technical. It'll probably be boring to the average fan.
Yeah. So Teofimo's probably gonna. I mean, he's gonna be the bigger, stronger guy. I think so. I mean, he's gonna be taller, at least taller.
Man, if you've heard some of the stories that we've all heard around boxing about Tank knocking out heavyweights, and man, I don't know, he's so little, but dude,
Yeah, he's like my height.
dog.
5'6".
But both of those guys are not big dudes, but man, they hit so hard, man. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I think that's a good fight too, ABA. But I mean, could they make it happen?
So Lomachenko started pouring it on towards the end of the last round, but it was a little too late.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he was never at any time hurt by Teofimo.
What?
He was never hurt by him. Rewatch the fight.
Man,
Rewatch the fight.
Lomachenko,
he was never. Loma was never hurt by Teofimo.
Get him. His feelings was hurt. His feelings was hurt.
Yeah, but he was never hurt physically in that fight. He was never hurt physically in that fight. He lost that fight on points.
Okay, so hurt. You're describing that as buzzed or dazed, right?
Caught, clipped, yeah.
Okay, so in my opinion, he was hurt by the fact that he wasn't willing to take all those chances that he took with every other fight and get into that fire with Teofimo.
But that's not physical. That's mentally hurt. That's not physicality hurt.
Mentally hurt. He was mentally.
I'm discussing physicality. He was never hurt by a punch. Not once.
You don't think so?
No.
Man, we're gonna have to go back and watch 11.
We watched that fight because Lomachenko starts pouring it on. I think around the 10th or 11th. Actually, no, you are correct. There was one round where Teofimo caught Lomachenko, and it was the 10th round. I want to say it was the 10th round, and yeah, he had Loma hurt. That is correct. I was wrong.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I saw it as he tried to jump in there. He wanted to do some stuff that he did against other fighters. Mm-hmm. And Teofimo said, I'm going to bite down on this mouthpiece and I'm going to swing. And as soon as he walked in, bang, bang.
Yeah, it was the 10th round. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't see the fight, man. I didn't see it. Man, you got to go back and watch it. It's a really, really interesting fight. Really strategy. It was a good fight.
Well, I want to go ahead and say that, Mike, it's a wrap, man. We've had a good show.
Yeah, man. It was fun chopping it up with you,
chopping it up with regular folks and having fun talking to people. And, man, shout out to AB. He is the fan of the night.
Yeah, man. We're going to have to buy that man lunch.
Hey, shout out to you, AB. You came through, man. You brought up some good points, man. It was great having you on the show. Appreciate you coming on, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in.
Yeah, much respect.
Stephen D, shout out to all you guys that tuned in, man. Vic and Bastian, ABAB, Anthony Mazzano, who else we got up in here? We had Kirsten Rostatter, Andrew Harris, so shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Pamela, Shy Dolphin, Hammer.
Much respect.
Much love. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. And again, don't forget, each and every single week, man, we're here on Mondays from 8 to 10 p.m. Next week, we got a great lineup. So, so we're going to have Aaron Riley from the UFC and other stuff. So tune in.
Angel, man, it's been real, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, man, you too, dog.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Holla.